Question for you. Did you know one in every four Americans has a criminal record? The United States incarcerates nearly 20% of the world's prisoners, but only has 4% of the world's population. Criminal justice reform continues to be an important topic that Republicans and Democrats seem to agree on. Former U.S. Attorney Brett Tolman with the Tolman Group joining me live via Zoom to answer some questions about what he sees coming next. Brett, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hey, so good to see you. Let's start with the topic of COVID in prisons right now. COVID spreading again, we're hearing, as many prisons are locked down. Are you seeing more judges granting compassionate releases or the BOP using the CARES Act for home confinement? Has anything changed?
Well, I do see that there are judges that seem to be receptive to it, but I have just as many applications that I've filed for clients that have been rejected. And so it's right now a mixed bag, and it really depends on the judge that you get, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I think the BOP is having a meeting maybe today with the Oversight Committee. They're going to be talking about how the BOP has handled COVID in prisons. What do you think that COVID has taught us about our prison system and maybe rethinking about it?
Well, look, I was a federal prosecutor for over a decade, very proud of a lot of the work that I did, but I've also been, trying to hold that system accountable over the past 10 to 15 years, because there's often a disconnect between what you hear about what's going on from the administrators, from bureaucrats, versus what families and inmates are actually experiencing in the system. And right now, COVID is highlighting that, because families and those inside are telling us that it's not good right now. The system is not adequately functioning in order to protect these inmates. And we should be. I mean, we should be judged based on how we protect, our inmates in this country.
Yeah, we're hearing from multiple families on a daily basis saying, in many cases, their loved ones on lockdown has been now again for more than 21 days with no phone, no cell, stuck in their cell, excuse me. But President Trump's administration, compare it to a President Biden's administration, what do you think prison reform will look like possibly moving forward?
I tried to get the Obama administration to do more in criminal justice reform. They did not do as much and did not exert as much effort as the Trump administration. But what's changed is the landscape. And now criminal justice reform is incredibly important. Polls show that Republicans and Democrats consider it a top issue. And Biden and Harris have a horrible track record that they want to probably put behind them. So I'm hoping that they will jump in with a renewed energy and commitment to reform.
There's a lot of talk. I mean, we're seeing almost daily, on different websites or different Twitter accounts, that when President Trump leaves office, many are saying he's going to go out with his big bang when it comes to pardons and commutations. Do you think it's going to be similar to what President Obama did, or what are you hearing or thinking that we're going to see?
So I am hearing that, like any president that's faced with leaving office, intense pressure is put on them to pardon or commute sentences. It's just, what we've grown to understand, and the power of the presidency. It's one of the most important powers. So far, we have seen commutations and clemency granted from this president, but not at the numbers of the last several presidents. So I'm hopeful that he will, in December and January, commute or pardon many more, because that in some ways is the only relief for a lot of injustices that occur.
Yeah, I think we'll talk about it to you next time, but I think there's a great amount of people that don't understand the amount of injustices, and they think, well, if you did the crime, you should do the time, period.
Right.
But people are starting to learn more about what really happens. Brett, we sure do appreciate your time this morning. Good to see you.
Great to see you, Angela.
Yeah.